It carried a magnificent load. It did everything from bombing, mine laying to air-sea warfare.
The first seaplanes in RAAF service arrived shortly after the formation of Air Force in 1921. The ability of the Fairey seaplane to take off and land on water allowed the first circumnavigation flight of Australia in 1924. The first flight outside Australia was undertaken in a de Havilland DH-50A. The expedition surveyed flying conditions in the Pacific Islands. Aircrew included Group Captain Richard Williams, the father of the Royal Australian Air Force. By the mid-1930s, Air Force sought a new, long-range seaplane for Navy patrols and fleet support. With the outbreak of war in 1939, the need became urgent, and in 1940, Australia placed an order for 7 consolidated aircraft PBY-5s. By the end of the war, 168 Catalina had seen RAAF service. Crewed by 8 and capable of carrying as many as 20 people, these versatile aircraft were used for reconnaissance missions, sea patrols, bombing, mine laying, dropping supplies, special forces support and air-sea rescue.
This is a magnificent aircraft, and you can see why they loved it. They had bunks in that aircraft. They had a little kitchenette in that aircraft. It was a home away from home for them when they weren't fighting. It was a very cohesive team spirit, and they were aloft for 14, 15 hours at a time. Now, that is a long day.
Australia's declaration of war with Japan saw 15 Catalinas operating from Port Moresby. Following the fall of Singapore, Catalinas performed a rapid evacuation service from Java to Broome in Western Australia.
By early 1942, the Catalina was Australia's only offensive weapon against the Japanese. Their missions included dropping bombs as well as empty beer bottles, which gave a whistling sound and sounded like bombs dropping.
Catalinas played a crucial role in the Battle of the Coral Sea, locating and shadowing the Japanese task force. In July 1943, RAAF Catalinas commenced mining most Japanese harbours within range around Papua and New Guinea and the Netherlands East Indies, now Indonesia.
And our only long-range aircraft at that time was the Catalina. It used to go up to Singapore, up to Japan, mining. Hello.
After the fall of Singapore, Australia was cut off from Britain by air. Qantas began a Perth to Ceylon service, crewed by RAAF personnel and carrying only 3 passengers and essential mail. Dubbed the Double Sunrise, the 30-hour direct flight of almost 6,500 kilometres remains the longest commercial flight in history. By early 1946, all 4 Catalina squadrons had been disbanded. The last RAAF Catalina retired from service in 1952. The Cats, with their motto, the first and the furthest, flew the longest ranges and most diverse missions of any Australian aircraft of the war.
Everything was in its favour. It was a reliable aircraft that did the job they had to do, and they just loved it.